you thought was really shit. A song that makes you wonder how did that become a hit. Sometimes you need to hear a discussion about that. Irregular podcast format. Well, that's a little bit of songs that we gotta attack. 1,001 statement piles of crap. I'm telling you the truth, you know that we don't lie. Here's 1,001 songs that make you wanna die. Oh!
And now here's your hosts, Dan, Bevo, Mad Dog, and Gypsy.
This is 1,001 Songs That Make You Want to Die, the podcast where we discuss songs so bad it makes you want to buy a shipping container and paste porn to the inside walls and call it your sexy time container. That's how bad it is.
Is that one based in reality, Jibs?
That one's, I remember the shop we used to work at, they were doing like construction work next door and there was a shipping container in there and it just slowly filled up with porn for some reason.
Is that the one that Dean is shown in when he played a homeless man in the...
Fuck, I don't know.
Just
saying. There's suspect people out there.
Which shipping containers are you referring to, Jibs, is what he's trying to get his head around. Which of the many shipping containers in your shared life?
Just, where is this shipping container exactly?
I feel like that's a real relic of the earlier 2000s when porn wasn't quite as accessible as it is now, that you had to go to a shipping container to get that kind of thing.
That's where the comedy is, Bevo. That's where the comedy is, mate. God damn it.
In the early 2000s,
it's like,
things were harder.
Yes. We're doing Ho Hey by the Lumineers. Bevo's here. Oh,
Hello.
sorry. I should do this. Yeah.
That's enough of that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Just in case you forgot.
Every opportunity to leave early.
Yeah, we have had a few hang-ups. I was always wondered why. Bevo is here. Trusty Beveridge,
Hello.
there you are. And we are joined by hilarious stand-up comedian and the host of Show Some Respect, Tom Whitcombe is talking. Mr. Tom Whitcombe, how you going, mate?
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. I'm very well. How are you?
Good. That is a fantastic name for a podcast.
Thank you. You'd think it would get more listeners with the name that good, but
Show Some Respect.
Or more respect.
Or more respect. Yeah. The only thing that is happening when I'm talking.
It's really good. I like
I
it.
appreciate that. I would love if people would give it a listen. That would be great.
They definitely should, and it is in the show notes. So don't
Give
be
me
an
the
arsehole.
give me the
All you gotta
elevated
do is click
pitch.
it.
It's Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast. If Bill Burr had less interesting stories to tell.
I find it. I'm always impressed by the fact that of one person that's able to basically rant for 30 to 40 minutes. Just
I guess my theory was like everyone's got to be shit at it to start with, right? You just spend enough time doing it, you get good at it.
Yeah.
But it's hard because I guess I don't know. I've done podcasts with other people in the past, and at least when you finish, you can kind of be like, "Was that shit?" And the other person can be like, "No, it was good," or they can be like, "Yeah, that was shit." You can both wallow in it together.
Yeah.
Whereas I just record for half an hour, hit stop, and I'm like, "Well, fucked if I know how that was."
well, it's done.
It's done, exactly.
I'll tick that box in my task list for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've never reflected on this podcast at all. So it's been about 300 plus episodes and people listening to it. So
you listen back?
There's idiots.
Yeah, someone's got her.
Yeah. I do it about 70,000 times a week to get the downloads up.
It's just you and me.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe it is. Now, one of our hosts is missing, Dan. He died. But I tell you what, he died in a hilarious, bloody way because he grew the longest beard in the world and died after he tripped over it running away from a fire.
It's hubris. It's plain hubris, isn't it? In a fire.
Yes.
Oh,
Fire.
No, my beard. My beard is highly flammable.
I've tripped. Yes.
Imagine
Anyway,
he's out of the house, but his beard's still in there.
Yeah. Burnt down. All right. Ho hey. Now, I didn't know that's what it was called.
What else would you call it?
Hey ho.
Did you pick this one, Tom, or was this one of our requests?
No, I picked this
Oh,
one.
Tom picked it. Yeah. I know you're very fond of anything that has a big hey and a ho and a whistle in it, Bevo. So
Also, as a person who does wedding gigs, this song can get fucked.
Oh, people still requesting this song.
Oh, yeah. It's
That's brutal.
It's the we've just signed the register, time to fuck off for photos song. But the only good thing about it is that you can loop that chorus until people leave.
it's just you
just
screaming.
the looper
Hey.
pedal and you leave yourself with the looper pedal going.
Yeah.
But you one of those
Fade
pricks
it
that puts their
slowly.
guitar against the amp, so it just feeds back.
Something good about me.
Now, I'm going to throw this out here real early because I want you to think about this song in a completely different way. Imagine like the word "ho" is like a gangster rapper would use it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh hey, it's like a greeting song, isn't it?
Yeah, like a pimp. Yeah,
I think more likely these guys, having done that thing of being born in New Jersey but then cosplaying as farmers, just
Yeah.
thought of the first two pieces of agricultural equipment they could get. Like, what are things that are on a farm? A hoe? Yep, write that down.
yeah.
And hay? Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
also
Leave it at that.
cosplaying as farmers.
You just done that's my video summary. Just by the way.
Yeah.
It's so
Always.
many of it. Like Mumford and Sons did it.
Yes.
Fuck it. I'm gonna make like all of his exes and blame John Mayer for this, because in 2012 when he bought a farm for some reason and stopped playing blues and started playing country,
He did that. He did that whole country album.
That album
thing.
where he looks like Doctor Who on the front.
Basically, he bought a hat and went,
Yeah.
you know what? I think I'm a country artist now.
he stopped singing songs about picking cotton and started singing songs about selling it.
Yeah. Exactly. Who did we talk about the other day that was a hat-based band? The Kooks.
Oh, that's the Kooks. Yeah,
The Kooks, that's right. Yeah.
And it's so good.
signed
Yeah.
purely on the goodness
got-
of their hats.
They got a record deal because the guy liked their hats.
Yeah, that rings true. I mean, like, I guess Arcade Fire proved that a hat-based band can have substance as well, but still be hat-based.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah.
I
Massive
think the
hat
pinnacle
band.
of hat-based bands is Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Slash
He's the
is-
most hat-based man on
You
the
think
planet.
he's the most famous hat-based?
That's a very good question.
I guess.
Name of more famous hat man.
Because, like, Brian Johnson from AC/DC has an equally recognizable hat, but you
That's
don't
true.
think of him as a hat-based musician.
But
True,
it would be
true,
weird if
true.
he didn't have the hat on.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's a fucking good call.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think.
Oh, no. Most famous hat-based musician is Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai.
Mm.
He
Is that a
wore
hat?
many a crazy
Yeah.
hat.
Does Jamiroquai get cancelled for wearing Native American
Native
headdress?
American headdress on a regular
Jamiroquai-
occasion.
Just watching his career flush down the toilet because of cancel culture.
It's like, he's from London. Yeah.
Is one of his hats like? Remember in the Flintstones they would have like heaps big like yak hats?
Yes.
Is that one of his hats?
Didn't one of the guys that stormed the Capitol wear one of them?
Yeah, or maybe I'm thinking of that. That's what I'm thinking of.
Also, hat-based rioters.
It's on the Mount Rushmore of hat guys. There's Slash,
Mount Rushmore of hats.
that guy from the Capitol
The guy
riots.
that stormed the Capitol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Slash.
Slash.
And the guy from Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange. Charlie Chaplin might be up there.
Chaplin. Oh, but that'd be maybe on the Mount Rushmore of Hitler moustaches.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got Michael Jordan. You've got Charlie Chaplin.
very controversially, Abraham Lincoln doesn't wear his hat on the regular Mount Rushmore, but maybe he
True.
wears Mount Rushmore of hats.
It's a lot of
They
real
should have
estate
had a
on
bigger
the
fucking
rock.
That's right. They've built it from the bottom up, and they get to the top. They go, "Oh fuck, we forgot that."
Ah, no one's going to know who this guy is.
Oh, yeah,
It's
we-
like when you're writing on a blackboard and you start too big and you've got not enough room at the end. So they thought they'd just put a little hat in and they went, no.
Someone's nailed a bit of blackboard to the top of the blackboard. All right, the intro to Ho Hey. It goes, ho, hey, ho. That's it. That's the intro.
Short up.
Off to work we go.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The dwarfs are also hat-based.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Color coded.
Yeah. I liked Slappy.
I always thought my favorite was Slumpy.
Sloppy.
Even when it comes to dwarves, you guys are into B-sides.
So it's just, very obscure that way.
Yeah.
We're the dwarves you haven't even heard of yet.
The other one, the other 7.
Yeah. The first verse. Here we go. I've been trying to do it right. Hey. I've been living a lonely life, ho. I've been sleeping here instead, hey. I've been sleeping in my bed, ho. Sleeping in my bed, hey, ho, ho.
It's bad when you got 3 lines out of 5 about just having to sleep in your bed.
Yeah. Just get up. Do something.
It's also like I've been sleeping in my bed is not interesting at all, and he still says it twice. Like, you guys are musicians. Like, I used to write music a little bit, like, just for something to do. And sometimes you write lyrics, like, I'm not proud of that, but if I slip it in the middle, no one will notice. He puts it at the end and says it twice. It's pathetic.
We've said we've figured it out that in a song you only need one important thing, and the rest can be bullshit. As long as you can cling to that one thing, the rest can be whatever
filler.
the fuck.
Yeah.
So
Have
in
you
this
seen
one,
that video? It's going around. It's all like on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, and it's like saying like 2000 emo music, and it's just one dude, like his mate, who's just tapping the like auto like dictionary, and it's just going and putting words, and he's just strumming chords and singing whatever the words
I can't
come
come
up.
out tonight because tonight. That kind of,
It does sound exactly like a fucking Bright Eyes song or something. Yeah. He's been lonely, but he does spend most of his time sleeping. So I think that's on him. Yeah.
Not finding anyone in bed.
I'm so
in your bed.
lonely. Fuck, I'm
Yeah,
tired.
he's the original incel.
Yeah.
I'm here in my
himself
room
is just
alone.
someone-
Why don't any women have sex with me?
Bed's normally where it happens. Surely if I hang around here long enough,
Just
someone
wait
will
for
fuck me.
It's pure statistics.
This is like Bevo's so Tom, Bevo's ultimate thing of saying, like, if you were to live forever, like you could not die, right?
Yeah.
The biggest worry for Bevo is crevices.
Yeah.
Because he's like, the law of
That
averages say, I have one day fall into a crevice and I can't die, so I'm just there forever.
Yeah, and then you like James Franco in that movie, 127 hours,
except unlimited
infinite
hours. Yeah.
Unlimited hours.
Yeah, so
Forever.
Yeah.
your life will be how watching that movie felt.
Forever.
Speaking of 127 hours, that just reminded me. I remember watching that with my wife, and at the end of that movie, it flashes forward and shows the actual dude without his arm holding his baby and shit. And you're like, oh, good. Like, you know, he
made
kicked
it out.
on, did some shit with his life.
Yeah.
My wife goes, oh, that's so good that the baby was born with 2 arms.
I mean, in fairness, she's not wrong. That is good.
In the sequel where the baby's born and it's stuck inside there with one arm stuck in, and they have to decide what to do.
Wasn't half boulder. Fuck, the Thing. Yeah, she says some dumb shit.
I think it would have been better if the baby had been born with one arm, just to be like, you're not going to believe what happened.
What are the chances?
What are the odds of this?
If he'd amputated the baby's arm.
No, the baby would have to do it itself to prove its grit.
That's true. He just pinned it. What are you going to do, baby?
I'll be
see
back.
We'll
I'll be
see
back
after
in
5 days.
27 hours. Here's my pocket knife. Best of luck.
Yeah, it's like sending, the Spartans sending their kids out to kill a wolf, like that sort of thing. Yeah,
That's it. It's a coming of age.
Yeah, he's got a 14-year-old now, and it's just like, get away from me, you lazy 2-armed fuck. The second verse. So show me family, hey, all the blood that I will bleed, ho. I don't know where I belong, hey. I don't know where I went wrong, ho. But I can write a song, hey.
That's bold.
Yeah. It is, isn't it?
Very presumptuous of you.
Why's he bleeding so much in this second verse? How'd that come about?
Yeah, show me all the blood that I will bleed. Like what? In a bag or?
I collect all of it. Maybe this is James Franco. Maybe it is. He doesn't know where he went wrong. I would say at some point with the bleeding started, things went severely wrong. Like, that's where I would go back to. I'd figure out, why am I bleeding all my blood? And then I'd be like, oh, now I know why it went wrong. But he'll just write a song. Song and wrong, Bevo. That's a bad rhyme.
Oh, it rhymes, though. And belong. That's there, too.
Does family rhyme with bleed?
No, but hay rhymes with hoe.
Oh, they've got me there.
I come back to The Simpsons on this. There's very little meat in these gym mats. to talk
It is
about.
like that.
There is nothing, isn't there? I remember because, again, I listened back to other episodes where you guys kind of rinsed through the lyrics. I'm like, oh, this is fun. I like this. And I put up the lyrics. And it's like, he's given me nothing to work with here. This is the most vanilla statements. Or like nothing's that right or wrong. It's just, they're just words.
They're just words.
Yeah.
It's just
Rhyming
throwing a bunch of
words,
shit out there. Yeah.
And like, on the one hand, I want to get really indignant about I can write a song, but also like 150 million streams later, I'm like, well, fuck. I guess enough morons out there agree with you.
Yeah. I mean,
But
so
I
can
guess
Lil
he's right.
Pump.
I guess he's right by saying a song because we haven't really heard any other ones, have we?
No, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what sort of your Lumineers vinyl collection's like, Bevo, but this is the song I know.
Sparse.
I looked up. I don't know if this is what you get to. Do you get to set lists at some stage? Is that a thing you do?
Yeah,
we do.
All right, we can circle around to that because I was stunned by the length of a Lumineers set list.
This is it, still to this day boggles the mind most of the time for me when we're doing something and it's like 34 songs set, and you go, "This would have been the worst fucking show in the world."
It just feels like they.
Spoiler alert for later. We're talking Springsteen level.
Holy shit! All right,
Yeah.
well,
I think it's like, look, you're going to be on after the headliners. We're just going to leave the keys. If you can just lock up when you're done.
maybe they bumped someone like they're meant to be the support, and they're like, "Fuck it, we're staying up here all night." Yeah. The chorus. 1, 2, 3. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweetheart. Well. That sounds like a threat.
Does it?
You belong with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, but he belongs with her too.
Yeah, this is like a suicide thing. Yeah. This is going to get dark real fucking quick. Or he's got someone, like a dungeon under his house. You know, those dudes that you always see, like one woman escaped after 18 years and's been held captive in someone's house. That's old mate Mr. Lumineer.
That was that. Did you ever watch that Kimmy Schmidt show?
Yes, that was
Nice.
fucking fantastic.
Good show. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll break you, Kimmy. Yeah, it's good.
You're right though. It is all just like one stretch away from an emo pop song, isn't it? Like all the blood I will bleed, and I belong with you, you belong with me. Like it is pretty. It's pretty emo feeling, isn't it?
If you would be able to just take these lyrics and do a very, very easy My Chemical Romance style emo song.
Yeah, I mean, especially you think about like, I know we'll get into the video and everything, and like their whole aesthetic just makes me so angry. But there's the guy whose whole thing is like black suspenders and a fedora. Yeah. And it's like if he takes the fedora off, puts the suspenders around his waist, and puts on some eyeliner, he's at a My Chemical Romance concert.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like emo adjacent.
Oh yeah, massive.
Yeah. There's an interlude. They've put a lot of thought into this. Ho, hey, come on, girl. Ho, hey, ho.
That's the autocorrect. Just like hey, ho, hey. Sometimes it does the same thing twice.
Yeah. I could just like as the producer just gone. This goes for like 1 minute. You need to put something else in there. He's like, what if I just say ho hey a bunch more? It's like, yeah, all right, go do that.
Have we said ho hey yet? Have we got any ho heys in there?
It's just like I feel like we didn't get to do it in the chorus, and now people are missing it.
Yeah. Also, we should name it that as well. Yeah, good call. We could name it that.
Yeah. There's a third verse. I don't think you're right for him. Hey, think of what it might have been if we, ho, took a bus to Chinatown, hey. I'd be standing on Canal, ho, and Bowery, hey, ho, and she'd be standing next to me, hey.
Dubby Energy has declared war on Big Energy, who probably support ISIS. If you want an energy drink with no maltodextrin, no artificial colours, and no kickbacks that fund insurrections in the Middle East, then look no further. So head on over to dubby.gg and use the promo code 1001songs, that's the number 1001, for 10% off price of purchase. And remember kids, if it's not Dubby, it's ISIS.
طويلة من الجهاد والصبر.
See, I kind of love when songs name drop, and I'm guessing this is like New York places. But imagine if it was like
Must be farmland.
It's just funny because
The name of his cows.
Yeah.
there's something romantic about, especially New York and American cities and places and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
the Australian equivalent would just not be like, if it was Australia, maybe if it was Sydney, it'd be like bloody, I don't know. Give me some
Oxford Street or something.
Yeah. Like it's just shit.
Yeah. Bong Bong Street.
Yeah.
Although the Whitlams do the
Kembla
geography-based lyrics a lot. They're a big fan of that. These guys have pulled out the Gregorys and started naming streets, which that's when you know you've really fucking hit the bottom of the barrel for lyrics, is that you're going to a road directory and just scanning through for things.
Also, how dare you sing about New York City over a mandolin? Like, just pick a fucking lane, would you? Do you live in the city or in the country?
Yeah.
But like, think of the mental image of like, think of what it might have been if we took a bus to Chinatown, and then just imagine them sitting on the bus. 20 minutes.
That's right.
There's some dude, like some fucking methed out dude screaming.
He's like hanging shit on her boyfriend. Like, you shouldn't be with that guy. You should be with me on the bus for a cheap teriyaki
Chinatown to see the meats hanging from the windows. Yeah. he's not offering to do anything.
Yeah, it's not a very compelling offer he's made to this woman. So far, he's just talked about pretty much sleeping, thinking about cutting himself and getting on the bus.
And writing a tune.
And writing a song.
Yeah, I might write a song about it. If I haven't bled out. Yeah.
You belong with me, and here's the reasons why. Standing. Sleeping.
I've got an Opal pass. Yeah.
Not no more, you don't. Have you seen the news?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, they shut off Opal.
What do you mean they cut it off? How do you catch something now?
The guy's on strike, so they're like, well, fuck yeah, we're taking Opal away from you. So everyone's getting free train rides.
Well, wait, hold up.
They turned off the
How's
Opal,
that teaching anyone a
machine.
lesson?
They
get their money.
No one's getting Opal fares.
The employees are striking.
Yeah.
So the buses and trains still run, but no one who's on them can pay for it. So Transport of New South Wales make no money.
Yeah.
But the services still go.
Right.
So they're not disrupting. So we're all stoked as
it's beautiful.
patrons. But then the government they lose all their money, so they gotta pony up.
Beautiful public transportation anarchy.
Fucking communists.
Also, I don't think you're going to put this out for a number of weeks. So by the time this goes out, this will either be, incredibly old, already addressed news, or it's going to be the start of something far more tragic we didn't see coming.
We'll all laugh about.
But did you hear what they said on the podcast? Pretty insensitive after those 3 bus drivers self-immolated today.
Oh, the simpler time
And
before
you can
drove
catch
the train
Tom
into a
Whitcombe
building.
at this club and this club.
Can you imagine if a Transport for New South Wales, if a train driver self-immolated at Central Station? I think we'd all stand up and pay attention.
It'd maybe make
simply not worth it.
news.com.au sort of third scroll down.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine might put out a new album.
Possibly. Yeah. Yeah, all about the Opal crisis of Sydney.
Yeah.
Let me see. They've do another chorus, same shit. The bridge goes, "Love, we need it now. Let's hope for some, because, we're bleeding out." Oh! Okay. They're both bleeding now.
You've
Yeah.
been on an operating table and the doctor's like, give me some love. Stat.
Mid-50
Losing
cc love.
Did you scrub in properly?
Can I get a hug?
So I'd clamp up that artery first. No time for that.
with a hug.
Need a little love first. Yeah, now he's taken to Chinatown. They've stood on some streets and now they're both bleeding out. This has gone very bad very quickly. He should have stayed in bed. That's what I would have done.
Yeah. As Bugs Bunny said, should have stood in bed. It's just the 2 things that he loves to do.
Standing in bed?
Sleeping, yeah.
Right.
Not Bugs Bunny, the Lumineers guy. Sorry.
Like, what? I remember that Looney Tunes.
I was just like, I didn't realise that was a Bugs Bunny thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were on first name basis with the lead singer of the Lumineers.
Yeah, Mr. Lumineer.
Yeah. That is all the lyrics. The lyrics are done.
Oh, no. In the last Hey Ho,
Oh, do I have to
according
do
to
it?
Genius, he says last one.
Yeah. Hey.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I'm on Genius as well, and you got to love the person annotating all of these. Like, these words mean anything.
Yeah. Each line has an annotation too. Each one, all of them.
They must have a high turnover rate of staff.
It's or it's Bugs. I think Bugs is turn. Like, what I meant here was exactly what I said and nothing else.
This is hot.
This podcast is brought to you by Blessington Watches. Blessington Watches was created by brothers Tanner and Tane Blessington after they went and bought a pretty expensive timepiece and found the experience was a bit shithouse and they thought they could do it better, and they bloody have. Their watches are amazing. I personally own one of the Krakenback watches, but you can find their amazing range on their website, www.blessington.com. blessington.com, and when you're buying a watch, use the promo code 1001 songs, that's the number 1001 songs, and get yourself an amazing timepiece from Blessington Watches.
Tell these haters. Non-stop music.
It's released on the 4th of June 2012. It's written by Wesley Schultz and Jeremy Freites. The song was originally created by Schultz and Freites when they lived in New York. Apparently, it was just to piss off concert goers. So they wrote this just to annoy people. They're like,
well, I mean, from my perspective, huge success.
oh, they nailed it. It's
Nailed it.
They said there were so many fucking hipsters and shit that just wouldn't pay attention at gigs when they were playing in places like Brooklyn that they went, we'll just give them exactly what they want.
That'll teach them.
Is it this song that kicked off that whole like folksy?
I think Mumford & Sons were around before.
Little Lion Man, I reckon, kicked off that whole
Yes,
folksy thing.
100%.
And then I think before that, you had like Fleet Foxes and stuff, right? Like that was probably before.
I think even Fleet Foxes might have been after Mumford & Sons.
Mumford & Sons was 2009, I think. I remember being in year 12 when that was kind of that Little Lion Man. I think it won the Hottest 100 that year.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
That's right.
And then Fleet Foxes. No, you're right. Fleet Foxes was after that. I was at uni.
Yeah, I think you're right though. Little Lion Man really kicked this thing off.
But this was. Go on.
I'm just saying, like, that's kicked off a whole thing. Maybe Lumineers were trying to play some sort of fucking jazz fusion or something. No one's paying attention. They're like, we're just going to have to yell hey and ho a lot, I think, and stomp on the ground as loud as we possibly can. Someone go get me a hat.
The math rock dream is over, I'm afraid. Someone's going to have to learn to play the cello.
Yeah. Oh, math rock. Fantastic. Yeah, so I thought this was fucking hilarious. The song appears as a playable track on the video game Guitar Hero Live.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Guitar. I didn't ever really play Guitar Hero, but from what I know about it, it's like to pretend shred, isn't it? Like, it's to like...
Yeah, it's pressing
You never
buttons
played
all
it?
the time.
You
To
never
music.
had an hour to kill it at JB Hi-Fi in 2011?
Honestly, I don't think I've played it. Or if I have, I don't know. No.
Let me give you an audio version of the Ho Hey track on Guitar Hero without the actual music. It would go like this.
Note streak.
That's it.
Well, like, it just seems like that would be if no one wants to play that on Guitar Hero.
It's the easy.
Right,
It's one
it's
of
on
the easy
there.
ones.
It's
One of the
fucking
ones
on
for the
there, though.
beginners.
Yeah, it is on there. It's produced by some guy called Julius Gatuma. Now, this guy is an absolute fucking phantom. Like, you Google his name, he does not exist. He doesn't have any other credits. I don't know. Like, it's like Kaiser Sose of the music industry. I've no idea who this guy is. I can't find anything to do with him.
He stepped back after this.
He's the producer. He produced it. Yeah.
It feels like maybe, that's it. The band has made him up like some kind of deep Easter egg and then no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
We've just uncovered it.
It's kind of like, do you know the story about about the Hives?
No.
The rock band The Hives. So their entire backstory, and to this day, they have never, ever admitted that they've made it up. Like, it's obviously made up, but they're fully committed to it, is that the Hives were formed in Sweden by, I can't remember the exact name, but say it's like Mr. Smith, right? All members got a phone call from Mr. Smith telling them to meet at a warehouse in Sweden somewhere. So they all turned up at the same time. And when they got there, there was just like suits laid out and instruments laid out and everything. And like songs and stuff were already written and all this stuff. And it was like, you guys are going to be called the Hives and you're going to be the greatest rock and roll band in the world. And it's like, their
The
whole
Avengers.
thing is just that this one guy created, like just called them all in and created them and still just feeds them stuff. It's just, like, it's just a fucking crazy story they've made up. But
That's great. I love that.
but they're fully committed to it. Yeah. These guys have gone like, let's say Julius Gatuma produced it. And they're like, oh my God, yes. And no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, they're in meetings with their management. Like, I think we need to get Julius Gatuma on this, and the management is like, whatever the fuck you want to do, we don't care. Just...
Will you leave my office if I say yes? It's they've probably got a fucking Google alert for anyone that Googles Julius Gatuma. I'm gonna have a Lumineer on my doorstep like any day. Just why are you looking into Julius? The good thing about this is it's 2.5 minutes long. That's it.
Yeah, it's
And I've got to say it to Julius, the Phantom. If you're going to do this style of music, I think he pretty much nailed the production of it.
oh yeah, nice mandolin going on there.
Yeah. Like he's got Julius, whoever you are, you got it. You got it spot on. You should have
Probably a better
produced some
track
other
for
stuff.
probably a better track for Mandolin Hero actually than.
Was there a DJ Hero?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
That certainly
There was?
Yeah.
What could you even possibly have done in that?
Pretty much exactly what you would do with a real DJ deck.
Hit buttons.
Yeah, and turn the little.
Cool. Did that
And
take
impress
off? Was that a
everybody.
big thing?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think
Fair
it
enough.
hit the diminishing returns point of the Guitar Hero craze around the same time as DJ Hero, and then it just.
Yeah, they were really milking it at that stage, weren't they? I remember that. Yeah.
This
I
time
think
we have people clapping. Yeah, okay, all right, thank you.
I just don't think there's any room for mandolin to be played ever again. Like, unless you're in a Led Zeppelin cover band or work at a Gold Coast theater restaurant, there's no reason for you to ever play the mandolin. It's so I like. I don't like it. I have no time for it.
Even the Led Zeppelin songs that have mandolin on it sucked.
They're the worst ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the fucking worst ones. It's like when the Beatles had a sitar, and you're like, "Oh, fuck off." We get
Apparently,
it.
George Harrison went to Ravi Shankar to learn the sitar, and Ravi has gone on record later to be like, he was shit. He was really shit.
Yeah. There's the whole thing of
it takes a lifetime to learn that thing, and he's like 6 months, and then he dropped it.
I love the idea of, like, you know, George Harrison rocking up to the ashram in India and everyone being like, oh, fuck, it's the Beatle again. All right, guys, you're going to have to put up with this for like a month.
Yeah.
This is going to pay our rent and our food for the next 5 years if we can just put up with this, okay? But
hide the sitar.
yes, George, all things must pass. That's very wise.
Apparently, Chad from the Neptunes. So the Neptunes, you've got Pharrell and Chad. I can't remember his last name, but he's the other dude that is the Neptunes. They're set. I think the second or third Neptunes album. I remember being at uni and one of my teachers being like, put on one of these songs. He's like, and this is the album where Chad learnt to play guitar. And it's like the entire thing is really shittily played electric guitar riffs. But it's like he's obviously got to the point now that it's like no one's going to say no because he's produced so many hits. And it's like, he's like, fucking how good is this? And they're like,
well, that's to bring it back to George Harrison. You can tell when he starts hanging out with Eric Clapton more. Like you can actually hear it.
Because what? You can feel that someone's trying to fuck his wife.
that as well, but yeah, just rips his style completely. Like learns a whole different style of playing, and that's like he's dropped the sitar. Now he needs something else to be obsessed with.
And when what album's that? Is that like when's because While My Guitar Gently Weeps has Clapton on it, right?
It's White Album era, and then post.
Yeah, okay. Is that so? He dropped the sitar, and Clapton dropped his kid.
Yeah, no, that was many years later.
You guys heard the Jeselnik joke about that?
It's
Anthony
so
Jeselnik?
good. It's one of
makes
my
me laugh.
favorite things ever. So good. What's he like? His
He says, I used to have a son. I used to have a little boy, but he died. The same reason Eric Clapton's son died. For inspiration.
it's so good. It's so good. He's like that clumsy little scamp or something.
What a clumsy little lad that boy was.
Yeah. Jeselnik, what a fucking animal. Oh, God damn it. Yeah. We've got two mates of ours that have been on the podcast a couple of times from Seattle, and they they're like, we want to do Tears in Heaven on the podcast.
No.
And Bevo's like, no. I'm like, I'll do it. So mark that down, people, listeners. Tears in Heaven coming soon. Okay, tell me about the video, Bevo.
All right, Chipsy, hit it.
Yep.
Here's the video facts from A to Z, and they're coming at you straight from Ryan B. It's a terrible song, and I know you agree. Music video summary
With Bevo.
That's me.
Oh.
The music stings in this podcast are very impressive, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Thank Dan Southern for that one.
Yeah, he died, but,
Yeah.
he'll hear you from beyond the
This
grave.
is his legacy.
Yeah.
We'll cut him out of the theme song
Stupid
anytime
long
now.
beard dickhead.
Long beard. Tom, your summary is better than mine actually, with the old farmer cosplay. So
Farmer cosplay is
I
fantastic.
couldn't land on whether he was cosplaying as a farmer, cosplaying the Great Depression, or auditioning for Cats and Dolls.
Well, this is my summary for the video. Sepia-toned hipsters try and fool their audience into thinking any of this is a good time by spraying the fedora-laden crowd with confetti.
Yeah, I do like cosplaying as the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Imagine that. It's like your cosplay. It's like, all right, guys, we're going to get together for the weekend and we're going to pretend it's a Great Depression. It's like we're going to be hungry and stink.
It was just, the fact that because I don't know who's who, but obviously the guy, like, he just kind of, because there's not really a whole lot of backing vocals on on the lead line, right? So he's just kind of walking around smacking a tambourine and singing a track that isn't on the song.
Correct.
And yet he, for some reason, everyone in the video dresses up like him. Like they're all wearing his little outfit of the black fedora. It looks like a police lineup for a rape on a college campus. Yeah. Fedoras and suspenders.
Oh, fedoras are plenty. Yeah.
Well, as I said in the summary, it's like you can't trick me into thinking you're having fun, or I'm supposed to be having fun just because there's confetti. Like, I see through that.
Yeah. I mean, you can hide a lot with confetti.
Not this.
I'm
like
thinking
a body.
I'm thinking of doing it at the start, middle, and end of my next 5-minute set. Yeah. I got to distract them. Some horrible fucking jokes. There is a couple of things. This video, I looked it up. So the place that they're filming it is called the Linda Vista Hospital.
Okay.
It's apparently one of like a super place for like people paranormal hunting go, but it's in Los Angeles, so it's also been used in the list of videos. This hospital is in is crazy. Like, this is just a few of them. Radio Surgery by Newfound Glory is filmed there. Stupefy by Disturbed is filmed there. Closer by Nine Inch Nails is filmed there. And Best of You by Foo Fighters is filmed there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you imagine the ghosts were like, guys, we're getting another music video. This is going to be fucking sick. We've had Dave Grohl. We've had Trent Reznor. This is going to go off. It's like,
We had that guy with the weird fucking lip piercings from Disturbed. The fucking saber-toothed tusks.
But realistically, like, I reckon I've got an old hall out the back of the suburb I live in that looks exactly like this. It's not that special. It just looks like an old hall.
Yeah, it does just look like a hall. It looks like where you would have a terrible school dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is this.
Which is this.
It has been all done up. It's now a retirement village, so it can become more haunted. Okay. Set list time, Bevo. You got a Lumineers set list?
So the most recent Lumineers set list was only 11 days ago, September 3rd,
Fuck
2022.
me, they're still cracking along.
Well, apparently they're coming to bloody Sydney soon.
Oh,
Brisbane.
well,
Yeah.
Where do they play when they come to Australia?
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
venue?
Fortitude Music Hall, apparently.
That's Brisbane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
What
getting an
in-
ad for it
what's
on my
this?
video.
What's their Sydney venue?
I'm not going to look that up.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I could if you want.
hell.
should get
What?
We should get them on the pod.
Lumineers Sydney. Let's go.
Come on.
Aware Super Theatre. That's the one. It used to be the Darling
Oh,
Harbour.
that's big.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's like a conference centre. It's weird. It's like
yeah.
huge like drop from the top
Yeah.
level of thing.
I'm going to Tom Segura's there.
So
Oh,
I
yeah, that's
had
cool.
a house there, and
Yeah.
they kept making jokes about how it felt like a TED talk.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a conference center.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do like fucking wedding expos and shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The next two live events at the ICC are The Script and Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye. I'm guessing it's some kind of LGBT program they're putting on there.
week long.
Is it them together?
The Script are opening for Jonathan Van Ness.
The Script featuring. That'd
Alrighty,
be
we got-
horrible.
We got 25 songs in this set list. It goes for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
I can't
starting
believe they are playing that venue.
Oh, sorry, this isn't Brisbane. This is Wrigley Field in Chicago for the set list.
What the fuck?
I think because I was looking at it, I think it was a festival of sorts.
Oh,
or like
I was
the
gonna say.
Musical Bills or
That's a
something.
that's a long set for a festival though.
Yeah.
Wrigley Field. That's the Cubs. Like that's a
Yeah, that's
massive baseball stadium.
Huge.
Oh,
That's
maybe I'm
where
wrong. Maybe it
Billy
was
Joel
just them.
plays.
They started at 9 o'clock and played for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Are they?
Crazy.
Wait, are these people really famous?
I know. This is what I came to realize. Like they're like very successful.
How did this happen?
Crazy.
I've never heard anything other than this.
Maybe we're missing out. Maybe we're the ones. in
Maybe
the
they're
wrong.
awesome.
25 songs. The last 5 of them are encore songs. So they play 20 and then
Jesus.
5 for the encore.
Right.
Where in the set list would you play Ho Hey?
I don't know any other songs.
So I know the answer because I looked this up, but I was stunned it wasn't either end of the main set or encore.
Then I'm going to say fifth.
They play it third.
Oh, I wasn't far off.
And they play the same set list every time.
Okay, yeah.
Which is such a basic bitch move.
So boring. I
Yeah.
don't mix it up at all.
And it's always so it's always third. And I thought for sure I saw Matt Corby at Falls Festival once, and he played Brother second last.
Yeah.
Fucking bad call.
Yeah,
'Cause
no, don't do that. No one gives a
everybody left.
shit
Oh, your
what's
festival
after that.
set's a very different thing where you've got to be
Yeah.
clever about it.
This also stinks of the fact that they do the exact same time. That means the entire thing has pre-programmed backing tracks.
Oh.
So
yeah.
everything is already completely in sync. Every effect, every like
hit.
guitar change, like snare sound, everything is already pre-programmed.
Yeah.
They hit record. They hit play at the start. All they're listening to is a click track, and it is just as bland can be.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what you're getting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that stinks of. When you see bands doing that, they never change it, anything like that. That's what it is. The whole thing is set to a
Yeah.
backing track.
No surprises.
No surprises. Like they're like, play this. Ugh.
No.
No. It's like some dying kid. All I want you to do is to play this. Not tonight, kid.
Well, that's not going to happen because they play their entire discography within
Yeah, it fucking seems like
We
it.
are going to play it in 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I hope you're still alive. A little bit of legacy here before we wrap it up. Ho Hey reached number 1 for the 18th non-consecutive weeks on the Billboard Rock Song charts, as well as 2 weeks in the top spot on the Billboard Alternative Song charts, and 8 weeks in the top spot of the Adult Pop Song charts. It reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, as well as the first top 5 single to have been in the Billboard Hot 100. It also reached number 2 on the Billboard Mainstream charts, behind Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars. Yeah. Locked out of first spot, more like it. The song also had international success, reaching the top 10 in the UK, Canada, Ireland, France, Israel, Italy, Slovakia, New Zealand, Australia, and Switzerland. So it was a hit.
Big hit. Big hit.
Big fucking hit.
I think you said it before, and I agree. Like, the thing is, for what they're trying to do, they have nailed it. I just hate what they're trying to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it's the perfect length. It's everything you want it to be. It's very catchy. It's very, like, it's easy to remember. It's got the hook, but it's just so fucking bland.
But I hate you for it.
Oh, so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and also just that idea that a band that's meant to be this sort of raw, we're like folky raw, but our 25 song thing is completely in sync with the click track through the backing tracks. We go seamlessly in and out. There's probably a costume change. Yeah.
But I think
suspenders and hat off.
Oh god, he looks like. I've spent so much time thinking about what that guy looks like. He looks like he spent a lot of time at a college party bothering women with unimpressive sleight of hand magic. So annoying. He's so happy with how he looks. Like, he's never changed it up. He's like, this is my thing. It's so
nailed it.
And I think it's just like, well, I when I was like thinking about this podcast, I was like, what do I know? Oh, I don't know anything about the Lumineers. And I asked my like Google Home, like, tell me about the Lumineers. And it was like, the Lumineers are a band based in Denver, Colorado. And I was like, oh, fuck, maybe they actually are country boys. Like, they're formed in New Jersey. Like, oh, fuck you guys. So,
yeah, it's like,
like
their label's like, we need to get you out of New Jersey, stat. Yeah.
We bought you a 1/13 of an acre in Montana for tax reasons.
If anyone asks, you guys are Montana boys. Yeah.
This harmonica, you don't need to know how to play it.
Bob Dylan didn't. Yeah. The net worth game. Let's play it, shall we? There's only two members of the Lumineers.
Wait. So I want to ask about this. Did the chick leave?
Yes. So I did read about it. Apparently, she left just because she wanted to be her own boss now. This sort of sounds like as in they're bossy fucks and she doesn't want to deal with them anymore. There are a lot of past band members, which is, as we like to call it on this podcast, the cunt alert, which means that someone in the band is a massive cunt and people keep leaving.
The two guys and one girl in a band just reeked to me of one of them was trying to fuck her, so they let her into the band, and then they were like, and then they had to. He was like, "I'm never doing that," and they had to. I was like, "No. We needed a cellist for sure. That's what this was about."
Yeah, it does. It stinks of it. Yeah, especially this hat wearing dude. Yeah. It can't be trusted.
She's actually really cool, you know. Like, she's actually not like other girls.
If you get to know her. Wesley Schultz. What do you think Wesley Schultz is worth in 2022? What do you reckon, Bevo?
Well, they seem to be doing pretty well, so I'm going to say maybe $30 million.
Oh, shit. What do you reckon, Tom?
Yeah, obviously they're still crushing it, and with a name like Schultz, I imagine he's very wise with his money. So I'm going to say... Hey, can we cut that out, please? I'm going to say 50 mil.
Yeah, He's worth 10.
Okay.
What?
I
So
usually
maybe
go for
Schultz
10's my
is
safe.
like it's his cosplay name.
Do you reckon? Well, Schultz is he created Peanuts. Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Ah, yeah, he did.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's heir to
that's
the
right.
Peanuts fortune.
Maybe he did. Yeah, only 10 million. I thought it'd be much more than that. I don't
So
know.
this, I'm finding it so hard to get my head around how successful these guys were or weren't.
I can't figure
Because-
it out at all. Like, it's a real roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because like, oh look, I'd be stoked with 10 million, but if I'm playing a 3-hour show at Wiggly Field, like, I think I'm going to be pocketing at least $1 million from that show.
Also, whenever I hear the start of that Ho Hey song, I'm sure it's been like just on repeat on some ad, but I can't put my finger on what. Do you know what? Or does it just sound like it should be an ad song?
I think
It
it's on an
definitely
ad.
got used on ads.
Like I
Yeah.
said, if you've ever been to a wedding, you probably heard it. If you ever watched that Nashville show,
Farmer Wants a Wife.
Yeah.
that
Nashville?
the two girls from Nashville sang this. a
Right,
lot.
yeah, okay. We get some TV royalties, maybe.
Yeah, you'd think, but I would have thought that'd be way more than just 10 mil especially if they're only splitting it. Well, I don't know if it's two ways or it's just one of them, but
Well,
10 mil's pretty much like a default. I found like
almost.
like
It
most
stinks of
successful-
gambling problem. Yeah.
Most
or
successful
debts.
musicians with maybe 1 or 2 hits are usually around 10 mil worth.
Yeah, bad record deal, maybe. I don't know. Jeremiah Freights, the other guy. What do you think he's worth, Bevo?
I'm going to say 10 as well. Then I reckon they're
Okay.
the same.
What do you reckon, Tom?
I'll say 5. I reckon the other bloke's getting more of the songwriting credits.
It is 5, but 5 more. 15 million.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Bloody cheaper.
So they're
than
obviously not
Williams.
sharing. They're not splitting their royalties down the middle. Freights
he's-
has obviously written a few more hits.
He hasn't bought a new set of clothes in 15 years, so
Saving a lot of money with that
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
Depression
Bring
style
one
that he's
mandolin
going.
out on the road. The 7.
I mostly just boil leather and eat that at night.
really committed to the bit.
Yeah. It's just like, why are you eating your belt? It's like, times are tough. All right, guys. It is time to rate this shit.
Motherfuckers, this is it. Now it's time to rate this shit.
Okay, but what do we rate it out of, though?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Hats.
I think we did hats for the Coots.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't do hats again.
Hose.
Hay? Bales of hay?
Hay and hose.
Hays and hose.
Farming utensils.
Farming, yeah. Farming accident. 10, you've died in a horrible, horrible farming accident. So you would rather die than ever hear this song again. 1, you love it so much it's going to be in your Spotify Wrapped top 5. Just fucking love it. What do you give this out of 10, Bevo?
It's not a 10. Like, it's not that offensive. And like you said, it does kind of sound good for what it is. I'm going to give it a 6.5 because it's not a 7, but it's not a 6.
Oh, well, that's why the half's there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right in the middle.
Fantastic.
Hays and 2 hoes.
2 hays, 2 hoes. That's a bad farming accident, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably like an arm off. Yeah.
Yep. And maybe
I
my
hope,
kid will have no
hope your
arm
future
too.
children have 2 arms. What do you give it, Tom, out of 10?
Yeah, I agree. Like it really irritates me, but I can listen. I'd say a 7.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Is it going to upset you both to say that I really like this song and I give it a
Thought you
1?
might. Yeah. 1? Come on, man. It's not been in your... If you say it's in your Spotify Wrapped and it's in your top 5, you only get 5 number 1s per year.
It's in a playlist. It's in a
We'll
playlist.
see.
What else is on that playlist?
Mostly Lumineers stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, this is the Lumineers.
Yeah. Let's check in at the end of the year. We'll talk about we'll do a Spotify Wrapped. Like
We might need to, yeah, and also,
so-
yeah, there might have to be a voting. Like at some point, you can go
So
back and change the vote.
So is 1 your official rating?
Yeah, I'll give it a 1. Yeah, I like it.
You guys are fucking turncoats. The amount of times when I listen to this podcast and you spend like an hour and a half shitting on something at the end, one of you's like, I actually quite like it.
Yeah. It doesn't mean it's not shit.
the fun.
It just means I like it.
I'm allowed to. Yeah, it's like you can enjoy something the most when you can be critical of it. I think.
Also, I'm not saying it isn't shit. Definitely is.
That's fair. That's a nuanced perspective, actually.
Yeah, I just enjoy it.
That's right.
There's I mean, it's like any piece of art. You can be like, I get it, it's shit, but I
hope
fucking like it.
this is art now, is it? Is that what this has come to?
Well, you look at the hat. Yeah. Only an artist wears that sort of hat.
Hang it in the Louvre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And me
There's
with
like this shit movies. You get shit movies and you're like, I know, I get it, it's shit. Like Teen Wolf. You go, that's a fucking terrible movie, but I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. It's like
Yeah.
shit food.
But Michael
It's
J.
like
Fox
bad
fucking
for you.
wanking a hairy cock, not cool. Yeah. I think that happens in it. Tom, tell people where they should be following you, watching you, coming to see you live, because Bevo and I were lucky enough to see you live in Wollongong, and I know you're in Wollongong very soon.
I am. I think by the time this will come out, I will already have been in Wollongong. But
Sucked in.
I am. Follow me. Well, big thing. I'm releasing my the show I'm going to be doing in Wollongong. I've recorded and I'm putting it out on YouTube. It's called Tom Whitcombe Ignorant. If you search that on YouTube, you'll find it. Please give it a watch. It's a stand-up comedy show I'm very proud of. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram at Tom Whitcombe Comedy and see clips and stuff and see if it's your thing. And my podcast, Show Some Respect. Tom Whitcombe's Talking, out every Tuesday. Check it out.
The podcast is fantastic, and your set with Dan Muggleton was fucking unreal.
Man. Very impressed.
Like,
Thank you. Yeah,
really
Dan's
good.
great. I'm a big fan of Dan. I open for Dan all over the place. So yeah, if you go see Dan, there's a good chance that I'll be there too.
Well, that's a fucking killer combo.
Yeah, he's excellent. Go look up Dan Muggleton on Instagram and YouTube shit. He's excellent. Very, very one of the best in Australia, I reckon.
He's a fucking pro, that dude.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
Yeah. We had a fucking great time watching you, and there will be links to all of these in the show notes. So we'll when the specials on YouTube and everything, we'll add the links and everything. So
Beautiful.
you've got no excuse, you lazy fuckers. You literally have to scroll on your phone and tap a link.
Opal's fucking free too, so
Yeah.
get on down.
Rest in peace to those three bus drivers.
Yeah, that's all right. And may they burn in hell. Thank you, guys. Tom, thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Thanks,
I hope
Tom.
you can come back with another shitty song that I also enjoy, and we can talk about it. Bevo, thank you, mate. Everybody else, go and get fucked.
I got off eat.
Hi everyone, it's Dan here from 1001 Songs That Make You Want to Die. I'm here today to let you know that our podcast is now available on Patreon. That's right, for as little as $2 a month, you can now support this podcast rather than listen to it for free, effectively stealing the food out of the mouths of our starving children. There's one of them now. So why not join us on Patreon? You get bonus stuff each month, and you can even be a guest on the podcast if you want. Now, doesn't that sound better than making our poor children starve? Oh, kids are great, aren't they? Anyway, on with today's episode.